Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be filming episode 2. Now this episode is actually going to be divided into 2 episodes, and the main reason for this is because I find that there's 2 different ways to play the Loomian I'll be showing off today. Now I would like to show off Swolder. And Swolder is a very interesting Loomian because, well, it's bug toxic, and there's 2 bug toxic types in the game. The other one I showed off was this Terrafly. If you haven't seen that video, then you should probably go check it out before watching this one, because I'm going to be showing you how to play Swolder now. Now, Swolder is actually, the set I'm running is actually just a better Terrafly. Now, for SA Swolder, you're going to want to run very brawny, clumsy, sluggish. Now, again, there's 2 different Swolder sets I'll be showing you guys. This is only episode 1 of Swolder. And basically what Swolder's SA does, Coursing Venom, is it says when you get hit by a toxic type attack, then your toxic type moves are strengthened. And they are strengthened for as long as you are in the battle. So it's not just like you swap in, they hit you, it's only for that turn. No, it's for forever, the rest of the battle. I do not know how much they get boosted off the top of my head, but I'm assuming it's around 1.2 or 1.3 times, which is a good bit. So that's why we're running Venom Chomp. Now, Venom Chomp may cause flinch or poison, and I think it's actually 10% chance on both of those. So that is really good. And then we're running Paradisize, to gain that HP, Mega Punch to counter ice types, and Mega Chomp, just to have that extra attacking move since we're very brawny. Now, I don't have the best TPs on it. Of course, you're going to want to run Max, unless you're playing it in Bane of Haste, which is not actually a bad idea, and then you would want to run 0 speed UP. But other than that, I don't have these 2 maxed out, and I probably should, but I play 200 health, 4 energy, just to be able to pull off these moves, 200 attack, and 96 defense. Now, if you're going to play Power Cuffs, which I recommend you play Power Cuffs with this. If you're going to play Power Cuffs, then you should probably play, invest in more energy. I'm thinking around 12 energy off the top of my head, and then you would just take that out of defense. But if you're not playing Power Cuffs, then 4 energy. And I'm playing Brawler Essence because obviously we're weak to ice, so we'll want to be able to counter that swap in. If we see a Hunder swap in, since Swolder can actually take a Hunder hit, or if we see a Hember swap in. And that we'll be able to one-shot it. And also, Brawler Essence does not drain our energy, so we'll be able to get off multiple of these moves that cost like 40 energy, and then Paradisize to regain our HP, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. So that's what I'm recommending here to run. Again, I recommend you run Power Cuffs, but I'm gonna go ahead and run Brawler Essence, and let's get this off. Now, again, with Coursing Venom, your toxic type moves get stronger. So this is really good if you're playing with Malwamerk, who is 4 times weak to toxic. And so I'm going to be showcasing it with Malwamerk, actually, today. And it's probably best that when you play with this one, you play by showing your Loomian. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and start this battle. Now we see this person as a Gamma Gobademic. So this is obviously a really big win here. Now, you have to be a little bit scared of Gobademics because they can air slash you, but Swolder should survive the hit, and then hopefully you would OHKO them. But I'm going to go ahead and throw in Swolder. Now, Swolder's also going to be really good against the Garbantus here. Possibly the Wobelisk it would be really good against, and the Zulong is going to not be able to take a hit. The Ikazune, questionable, and the Dusket Swolder should be able to take out. However, the Dusket's also questionable. So I'm going to lead Malwamerk. I'm going to throw in Swolder. I'm going to go ahead and put Cephalops in here, since Cephalops is also weak to the Gobademic. I'm going to go ahead and put Borark in here, just in case, and I'll put my own Garbantus. And that's what we're going to be running in today's video. So let's see. They're going to go ahead and send out Mutagon. Now, Mutagon can Frost Punch me, but I'm not too worried. It's not tank. They're running SA, so they're not going to be able to take much damage from me. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit them with a Mega Chomp. I should be able to take this pretty well. Again, If it's SA Mutagon, you won't see tank appear, so I know this Mutagon is actually SA. And basically what the SA for Mutagon does is it raises their punching move, so they're going to Frost Punch me. What would be a really good counter to Frost Punch is probably to go into something like Malwaremerc. Garbantus would be a little bit decent, but Garbantus is a little scary. They're actually going to withdraw here, knowing that they probably can't KO me. They're going to go into Zulong here. They might have actually been predicting a swap on my end into something that I wouldn't be able to take it. However, the Zulong is a little bit scary, but not a lot. So I know they're going to go for an electric move. Let me see if I want to swap here. Not really. Just going to go for Mega Punch again. They're going to go for Elemental Burst. Okay. This might be... Okay, yeah. We tanked that. And here their Zulong's actually going to die in this next hit, which is really well. You could get off of Photosynthesis, but we're more or less... Okay, yeah, they're just going to dodge. We're more or less showing off Malwaremerc as, helping Swolder out. You can also play Luminami with Swolder and Tata. Those are both really good people to play with Swolder because, again, those are both weak to poison, and so you're able to swap out into SA Swolder and come in and hit them with a Venom Chomp really hard. Or if you want to, hit them with like a Paradisize, that still works. You have Toxic Immunity. It's actually going to go into Garbantus. Now, Garbantus is very physically tanky. He's actually playing Slimy, which means he's probably playing the very nimble set, I believe. I'm going to hit him with a Hydro Slash, but I'm actually going to probably die here. And when I do, I'm going to swap into Swolder. Okay, I lived that hit. Going to hit him with another Hydro Slash, and yep, they're lowering my speed. I play my Malwaremerc, so that can be played in Bane of Haste in the future when Bane of Haste is good in doubles, so 0 speed EP. They're actually going to go for a Burrow here because they know they can pick up a KO, which is pretty nice tactic. They're going to go for a Battering Ram again. Okay, and we fainted. Alright, so here's a good opportunity to bring out Swolder, because Swolder has that melee attacking move, and since we play Brawler Essence, this is going to hit incredibly hard. We're going to see if they swap out here, or if they want to stay in and Battering Ram me, which might actually be the optimal play. They could also Clay Slap me to lower my speed. They're going to go for another Burrow. I think this might kill. However, that's 2 Burrows. Yep, that went ahead and picked up a KO. Slimy doesn't really matter too much because we're already slow and we're playing SA. So we're not too worried about that. They're going to send out Mutagon. Now, again, remember, guys, Mutagon can Frost Punch you, but since we have Venom Chomp, I'm not exactly too worried. And we have Mega Chomp. Mega Chomp is probably going to do more damage, so I'm actually going to go for the Mega Chomp here. And it's going to go for a Brawn Boost. It's going to try and pick up Sweep here. Okay, we did decent damage. Again, if we played Power Cups, we could probably two-shot this Mutagon. So they're going to go for a Telekinetic Sweep, which actually does pick up a KO. So you probably shouldn't leave Swolder in against Mutagon, but, just in case. I'm going to come in with my Cephalops here, because I know Cephalops can take a Telekinetic Sweep and a Frost Punch from this thing, as far as I remember. I'm just going to go ahead and click Soul Drain, because no matter what they swap into, we're going to do a lot of damage. And, okay, it does not pick up a KO, as I remembered. We're going to Soul Drain them. Mutagon will Cephalops will typically live on just a little bit HP. It can survive an SA Hunger. It can survive a lot of things with the set I run. So, whether it's SA Hunter or Mutagon, either way, it's really good. Now, Zulong's a bit questionable, but they're a little bit low. I'm actually going to save Cephalops here because I sense a Thunder move, and I think I can actually just quick pounce the Zulong. So I'm just going to swap. I'm going to predict a Thunder move coming in here. And my melee attack rose, Thunder Strike, yep. We burn their energy, and right here we can just quick pounce them. They're obviously going to think they can actually hit me, but they can't because they die here. Now, if they dodge, again, that doesn't really matter too much because we got 227 energy. So, that just cuts us down a little bit. Yep, they went for dodge. Doesn't exactly matter. They're just scouting to see what we have before Zulong dies. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the Quick Pounce here. We're going to see if what they do. If they decide to swap, if they decide to stay in. I'm assuming they brought the Goblinemic for the Malwamerk, but you never know. I feel like they would have already swapped into it if they actually brought the Goblinemic this round. It's always best to keep your Loomians alive, so I know Cephalops is a low HP, but it wasn't worth sacrificing, as we can live here. Now here's Wobbleisk. Swolder would have been a great show-off to go up against Wobbleisk, but, you know, it is what it is. We're just going to go on an Earthquake. Looks like they might be SA and the Sharpen set. Yeah, they're just going to go straight for a Frost Punch. Okay, and we win here, so that is a GG. That is a GG. Alright, we're going to go for another Earthquake. And they might win. Do they have one more? They do. They have one more. They have one more. Let's actually see if this one can pick. Okay, it's Ikazune. I don't think the Ikazune can pick up a sweep, but you never know. You never know. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake here. It's gonna go for a Fire Breath. Borark doesn't typically live Fire Breaths. Fire Breath typically takes over half of Borark's HP. I'm just gonna go into Cephalops, since Cephalops is already low, which means if he dies here, it's not going to be much help anyways. And then we're just going to burn energy. So I'm going to go straight for the Soul Drain. Because Ikazune is not that bulky. And you have to realize that the Ikazune is not very bulky, which means that if you're able to hit it, you know, it's going to be like guaranteed 2-shot. Now we're left with Garbantus, and we either win here or we don't win here. Either way, it's all good. I'm going to Clay Slap it because I'm 4 times effective and I lower their speed, which means that I should be able to outspeed afterward. I already outspeed. Okay, good. And Clay Slap kills. Yep, that is a GG. That is a GG. All right, guys, we're going to show off Swolder in one more match as usual, and then we will continue on. So this guy wants to battle me, so we're going to go ahead and accept and battle him and see how well Swolder's going to do against him. And as you can see, okay, well, he's clearly bringing this, and this. I'm not seeing any toxic types. I feel like this one's going to set up toxic spikes, and that's actually really good for us, because if that decides to set up toxic spikes, then we can come in with Swolder, and it clears them out. So, you know, that's always, you have to always remember that. With that setup, now that I know that's probably going to happen, I'm probably just going to come into Borark and try and Oko them as fast as I can. And then we'll leave Swolder there, Garbantus, and Malwamerk as usual. Actually, I do not see Malwamerk being useful here, so I'm actually going to bring Terrafly. I feel like Terrafly would be a better suit for this one. Better suit, okay. He's going to send out Skellig first. He doesn't actually send out the other one first, so he could have been predicting my Borark coming out. Skellig is probably going to use a water move on us, so I'm going to go in and swap out into Cephalops, which will absolutely tank any water move that comes at us. Cephalops is a beast when it comes to water types and dark types, so, you know. He's going to Chili Chomp us, actually, and which doesn't do anything, really, so we're just going to go straight for the Soul Drain here. He's going to go for a Mega Chomp, which still does nothing. Okay, it flinched us. But I think Megatron has a 20% chance to flinch, which is really high. But I'm pretty sure it either has 10% chance or 20% chance, which again is decent high. He's going to go into the Dorogo, probably wanting to set up toxic spikes on us while Cephalops is out. However, I don't think you realize that that is a 2-hit KO for me and that I run Frost Beam also. Now, Frost Beam might not actually KO, but I don't want to take the risk of running a low roll. And it doesn't matter too much here because we have so much HP. So, yep. And that was a crit. So I wish I could have seen it without the crit. But we're gonna go ahead and see what he comes out with. I doubt he'll come back out with Skellig, although it's possible he might. Yeah, he's going to come out with Garbantus. Garbantus is a really good counter to Cephalops. I'm not actually going to sack Cephalops here because I know how good Garbantus is good against him. This is going to be our Swolder swap here. We're just going to go straight into Swolder, knowing we're going to get a Bug-type move come at us. Yep, Battering Ram, and that is almost nothing. So we're just going to get a free Mega Punch off here knowing that we run Brawler Essence for this reason. So we can go up against other Garbantuses, other Hunders, Protagons, like you name it. We can practically hit it really, really strong. He's going to go back into the Skellig, and we're going to get the Mega Punch off, which is going to do over half the health. And I'm actually just going to Venom Chomp because we get Stab and it's super effective. He's going to Chili Chomp on me. Okay, we can take that. I don't think you can actually take a Chili Chomp from a real Skellig, but it's possible. It's possible because of how high Skellig's attack stat is. But since we have like 100 defense, it is really possible. That would probably only come out to doing like 50 damage to our health, which is what we saw there. So that might actually be max TP train. I'm going to go for the... we could go for the Venom Chomp, but I kind of want to heal here, so I'm going to go for the Para. He's going to go for a Jungle Jitsu, and this might kill here. Yep, that does actually kill you. You can actually live a Jungle Jitsu, but you have to be wary of it. You have to be very wary of Jungle Jitsu. So I'm just going to go straight into Terrafly, which I believe we can pick up the KO. And again, if you haven't seen my Terrafly video, I did a whole video on how to use Terrafly properly. It's in the playlist that this video is going into. Okay. Okay, and we should be able to KO here because of Terrafly. With Power Cuffs, we are able to knock out the Tata. We are able to knock out the Tata. And I'm going to go ahead and explain this here. I feel like Swolder is best used with reads, which means like reading is when you feel like your opponent's going to swap. So you kind of got to predict what they're doing. But like if you want to know that they're swapping a new ice type, you go to Mega Punch even if it's not effective. You got to know what your opponent's using against you. That's kind of like what reading is up to. And I feel like you can genuinely do it with Swolder. I feel like it'll be able to do massive damage even if it doesn't take him out, which is really really good and all. And that's the point of Swolder. It's just a heavy hitter. You want to come in and do as much damage. However, this is part 1. There are 2 Swolder sets. I personally probably won't run this a lot, but hey, we might get more toxic types in the meta, and then this would be really good. I'm gonna swap into Cephalops here, because I think this is their last Loomian. It's not their last Loomian, but even so, if they don't pick up a kill here, then I can always just go into the guard. Okay, they did pick up a kill here, and that's why you don't go into. That's why you don't go into that. But at least we burned some energy. I'm just gonna go into my Garbantus, and I'm gonna get a free burrow off them. We're gonna see if they're gonna provoke me. Nope, they're gonna go straight in for the attack, and they're pretty much out of energy. Now, I know my burrow's not going to do a lot to them, so I'm actually just going to poison them here. I am going to click poison here, which should do really well. Okay, they're waiting out the turn, and hopefully we don't miss the poison here. Now, you can play poison or provoke on Garbantus, but I like poison just to go ahead and get that chip damage. Also, if you play SA Gobademic, which I do, the poison is very useful. So... he's going to provoke me, okay, just to make sure I don't burrow again, which is fine and all because I already got off what I wanted, and I can finish them off with Battering Ram. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to finish them off with Battering Ram. You could wait here just to regain energy, but I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna be like toxic like that and try and stall them out. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the damage I need to because I only have 1 more Loomian left. And we have Borark, and Borark should be able to pick up a kill, whatever it is, unless it's Hunder. Even if it's Hunder, Borark actually survives a hit from almost everything in the game right now. And that is amazing. Yeah, Borark can definitely take Jolteoth out. I'm going to Battering Ram it, and the reason for a Battering Ram is simply because we still... yeah, it was a crit, but basically the reason for my Battering Ram was because I already had a Burrow up. And here we go, guys. So yeah, that's how you play Swolder. This episode went really well. And again, this will be divided into 2 parts. This is not the only way to play Swolder, so go ahead and check that out when this video comes out. Or if you're planning to play Swolder, you might want to wait for that video. Or if it's already out, you can just go ahead and click on it. But this is how I play Swolder. And thanks again, it was rallied by Aaron. He rallies most of my essays. I play Brawler Essence, but again, if you want to play Power Cuffs, I recommend playing like 12 in energy and less in the defense, and then playing Power Cuffs on him. And that is what's going on here. So I will see you guys next time. But thank you for watching this video. And if this video helped you out, then go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. However, if you didn't enjoy the video too much, it's all good, no hard feelings. And I hope maybe I can see you on my streams. See you guys next time.